I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Monday, June the 24th, 2013. Haaretz reports that Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas is looking for a replacement for the prime minister he appointed just a few weeks ago. While it seemed likely on Friday that newly appointed PA Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah would rescind the resignation he had handed in earlier last week, it was reported that PA President Abbas accepted Hamdallah's resignation yesterday. And Haaretz reports that according to sources in the PA, Abbas is expected to begin consultations over a replacement for Hamdallah immediately. Among the candidates thought to be frontrunners for the role are Muhammad Shtayyeh, a senior advisor to Abbas who is involved in the diplomatic contacts with the United States, as well as Ziad Abu Ammar and Mohammed Mustafa, the two deputies who Hamdallah reportedly had a dispute with, which led to his submitting his resignation. PA presidency spokesman Nabil Abu Radene said that Abbas had asked Hamdallah to serve until a new prime minister is sworn in, which according to Palestinian law is within 2 weeks. Ynet reports that Carmela Shamir was named Israel's ambassador to Uzbekistan, making her the first female Israeli envoy to serve in a Muslim country. Shamir will take her post in the country's capital of Tashkent, alongside her female deputy ambassador Hagit Mualem. Ambassador Shamir will present her credentials to the president of Uzbekistan, Islam Karimov, who has ruled the Central Asian country since 1990. Pope Francis took his first audience with members of the Jewish community at the Vatican today. The meeting was with members of the International Jewish Committee for Interreligious Consultations, the Vatican's historical Jewish partner in dialogue. The group included delegations from several Jewish organizations, including the World Jewish Congress, the Rabbinical Assembly, and the American Jewish Committee. Rabbi Julie Schoenfeld, Executive Vice President of the Rabbinical Assembly, which is the International Association of Conservative Rabbis, said that Francis stood out for the group as a pope for whom the Jewish community is not merely an idea, but a people who he knows well. Rabbi David Rosen, International Interreligious Affairs Director at the American Jewish Committee, who also took part in the audience, said Pope Francis is a very good friend of the Jewish people, and we rejoice in the fact that he will continue to advance the path of his predecessors in deepening the Catholic-Jewish relationship even further. During the meeting, Pope Francis reaffirmed the Church's stance on anti-Semitism. He said the Church firmly condemns hatred, persecution, and all manifestations of anti-Semitism, further saying because of our common roots, a true Christian cannot be anti-Semitic. Today's meeting marked the first time since Francis succeeded Pope Benedict in March that he was addressing an official group of representatives of Jewish organizations and communities. And hundreds of leaders of Jewish organizations from around the world arrived yesterday in the Ukraine for the Jewish Agency's first Board of Governors meeting in the former Soviet Union. Former Soviet refusenik Natan Sharansky was elected to another term as the agency's chairman during the meeting, which took place in the capital of Kiev. Sharansky spoke about upgrading cooperation between Jewish communities across the world and Israel as part of the agency's new focus on promoting Jewish identification among diaspora Jews, including issues relating to youth aliyah or immigration to Israel, providing diaspora Jews with Israeli experiences, promoting Israeli and Jewish education in communities abroad, and outreach work on university campuses. The Board of Governors members also met with senior Ukrainian officials and leaders of the Ukrainian Jewish community. They also attended a ceremony at the site of the Babi Yar massacre in Kiev in memory of the more than 30,000 Jews who were killed there between September the 29th and 30th of 1941. President of the World Forum for Russian Jewry, Alexander Levin, announced that a new memorial complex, which it will include a community center and a synagogue, will be built at Babi Yar, not only in memory of the Jewish victims, but of all of the victims murdered by the Nazis on Ukrainian territory. Last week, Shalom TV had the pleasure of being present as the New York Board of Rabbis held their annual Humanitarian Awards Dinner at Capitol in New York City. The NYBR, an organization committed to building bridges of understanding and respect and to bring people and clergy together across faiths as well as within the Jewish community, had among its gala participants Consul General of Israel of New York, Ido Aharoni, NYBR Executive Vice President Joseph Potasnik, and Yes Network announcer Michael Kay, who served as Master of Ceremonies for the event. Several charitable figures were honored throughout the evening, but the main event of the night was the award giving to Yankees pitcher Mariano Rivera, who was awarded for his charitable endeavors on behalf of children through the Mariano Rivera Foundation, which addresses children's needs through programs that focus on education, health, and wellness in his adopted community of New Rochelle, New York, and his native Panama. The beloved pitcher accepted his award and gave a heartfelt speech to conclude the evening.
It's wonderful seeing all kind of rays here, together for one event, and that's what I love. It's no white or black, Jewish or no Jewish. It's all together.
Don't miss highlights from the 2013 New York Board of Rabbis Humanitarian Awards dinner coming up right after this broadcast. And that's Shalom TV's news update for Monday, June the 24th, 2013. I'm Teisha Bader.